So the stock that showed up on my radar today is Chegg.com. The stock is actually looking really interesting for a potential short-term breakout. So please watch this video till the very end because I will go inside into some fundamentals and tell you what I think about the stock long-term, which is very important to know, and why I think it has short-term breakout potential. This is not a stock that I would feel comfortable putting my money in hoping to get a big yield at the end of the year, but short term, it's looking for a bullish breakout, which I will go over right now. So like the other videos I make on the channel that has a really good short-term breakout like PRME, INVZ, the stocks from the time I first post the video, it breaks out like 50% within a week, sometimes over 100%. Where I find the initial discrepancy is in the options markets. So I scan the options market to look for discrepancies. So at a glance, you can kind of tell like there's way more activity on the call side than the put side. That means people are expecting a rally in price and they're placing their bets in the options market. So I added all these numbers up. So I added all the volume and open interest for the call side and the put side. And so this gives us a better, more clear picture. You can see there's almost 15 times, 14.5 times more activity on the call side than the put side. And that's not regular. The activity, the ratio should be about 1 to 1, 1 to 1.5, maybe even 1 to 2, but 15 times more activity on the call side. This is, you could go back to my previous video. This is how I initially find stocks that have potential breakout opportunities. And then after I see that, I go to the chart and I take a look at the moving average and the technical analysis and see there's a clear, a beautiful golden cross where right here, where the 50 crosses over the 200. And on top of that, this is an indicator that I pay for. When I turn the super trend indicator on, you see that right after it printed the golden cross, it printed a buy signal. So again, that's also a good sign. Now let's take a look at the 4-hour. See on the 4-hour, it's kind of bouncing off this 50-day moving average. And then on the 45-minute chart, same thing. See right here. So initial short rally, very short mini rally, came back, tested this 50-day moving average, now testing this 50-day moving average on the short term. And then if we take a look at the weekly, so this is an interesting thing. So on the weekly, so the weekly, the trend on the weekly is more powerful than the daily. The daily is more powerful than the 4-hour, and so on. So on the weekly, you see that it's been on a massive downtrend, like pretty much since, let's see, let's go all the way back. This is insane. Look, it's been on a downtrend since 2021, so that's almost like 4 years, just on a downtrend. Trend like hasn't really broken this 50-day moving average on the weekly. And now it's for the first time in like almost 5 years, it's testing. So if it breaks this 50-day moving average right here, that's a big, big deal. From there, we could see a potential rally all the way up to $13, so 700% rally. So like, you know, that's a massive, massive rally if it breaks. So again, we don't know. We have to see because it made an attempt like right here, didn't break this 50-day on the weekly. So if it breaks this, then we can see a lot of like, you know, potential short-term gains that we can take advantage of. But having said that, like if we take a deeper look into the fundamental, I don't think I'm a fan of the stock long term because here, let's go to their website. So we go to their website, Chegg.com, and then we look at how many visitors they're getting over time and look at this drastic drop in visitors just on a monthly basis. Like the visitors dropped by almost half. So as a fundamental, the company, like if they don't have visitors, they're not making sales. Like fundamentally, it doesn't look good, and maybe that is what the price has been reflecting. But again, on the channel, like we're not in it for long term. I'm not. This isn't a stock I'm analyzing for you to like have your money invested for a year or 2 years. We're just trying to make some short term gains. And the short term, like on the weekly, if it breaks through this 50-day moving average, that's very powerful. Which is like it looks like it's like on the cusp of doing, but more than that, just like the reason why I'm bringing you this stock right now is because again, there's discrepancies in the options market. That means maybe some people with inside information are already placing their bets on the options market that doesn't reflect the price of the actual stock because the bets that they make on the option market doesn't move the actual stock price until it goes above that target point. So until it trades above $2 and they choose to exercise their option, which will affect the price. So maybe they have some information. And again, the stock did do a golden cross, which is a really good sign. And then from here, like if it starts to rally up, like there isn't any clear like resistance. There isn't any clear resistance until we go back and take a look at the weekly. I don't see any clear resistance until like maybe yeah, let's turn on until like you know this price point, or even you could say like this could be a potential resistance right here. So you see like there isn't like any clear support or resistance until like at least $8. So if it does break that on the weekly, we can see a massive rally. And then I just turned on the 20-day moving average, so that's a really good sign. Look at that. That's a so for the weekly on the 20-day moving average, it tried to break it back in November or December 2nd of 2024. Didn't make it, but look now, like in June, it clearly broke that 20-day moving average and it's now trading up above that 20-day moving average. So the next leg is that if we see it break that 50-day moving average, that is a really big deal. And short term, we could really take advantage of this stock and make some amazing gains. Also, they have our earnings coming up. So they have our earnings coming up on August 5th. So that could also be a good sign. So earnings, I don't expect. Okay, let's just quickly take a look at their previous earnings. So the earnings per share is just horrible. So earnings, I'll tell you. So I don't expect them to like have good earnings, and especially because we took a look, like their traffic is dropping. So like I don't think they're. So that's a sign that they're really not making sales or anything. But one thing, sometimes what causes a drastic rise in price or a drop in price, but what causes a drastic rise in price during earnings call is like if they have some information, like some acquisition information or some brand new information they give to the people that makes the company hopeful going forward. And some of the research I was doing, looking at the news articles, they're talking about there could be potential something coming with AI. They could be doing something with AI to make their products more appealing to the next generation of customers. So if they mention something like that, we could see a drastic rise in the price of the stock. And again, it doesn't have to rise by that much. So after earnings, if we see like they mention something or they're doing something with AI and the stock rises like just a mere like say 11% and closes above this 50-day moving average on the weekly, boom, you're off to the races. That's like the best sign you can look for. And from there, you could like exit at any point. You could like exit at this position, like right here for 50% gain, here for 124% gain. So it's looking interesting. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But the reason I'm bringing you this stock is because this is a moment in time where it looks very appealing to me. It looks very interesting. And so if you like this video, please give this video a thumbs up, share this video with someone, subscribe, turn on your post notification if you enjoy information like this, and interact with me in the comment section. I'll respond to every single person that leaves a comment. I want to know what you think. Do you have any information about the company that I missed? I think I'm pretty spot on when it comes to the technical, but if you have any other information about the company that I might have missed in this video, please share that with us in the comment section. I want to interact with everyone. And again, just please do me a solid and give this video a thumbs up. That really helps me out a lot. And I hope you enjoyed this information, and I will see you on the next video.